victorious. My bloodline stems from the warriors. On high, giving praises to the glorious. Ha! Ain't no record deal extorting this. Born for this. Handcrafted clay with the mortar. We the only ones that stop us. Get your affairs in order. New covenant, let's move on them. Put the truth on them. If the doctrine is sound, you can hit the ground running. I'm a red pill junkie, but it's hard for them to stomach. Out the matrix to a makeshift. The truth is faceless. The spirit steady moving. Let my brothers out them cages. These intified blocks is burning holes in these pages. The rap game gon' need more than a facelift. This lethal injection. Every verse is a reference. Like the Psalms of David. These mighty poems are sacred. Plus I keep my cannon raging like a home invasion. In the city we cranking. In the country we bustin'. We the children of the Most High. That's end of discussion. Everyone that persecute shall face repercussions. You can't hide from God. Are you real or you frontin'? The Lord has opened my eyes. I have no fear for nothing. I'ma work, I'ma grind till I can't no more. Keep my hand to the plow till we all go to war. I'ma make things shake until we all hit the floor. I'ma read these verses till we all know the score. I'ma work, I'ma grind till I can't no more. Keep my hand to the plow till we all go to war. I'ma make things shake until we all hit the floor. I'ma read these verses till we all know the score. Better check the scoreboard, yeah, we in the fourth quarter. Esau lost momentum and the game is almost over. No more blaming other nations, time to redirect the focus. This ain't new age, hocus pocus, time to check the motives. If they bogey down inside, their spirits are corroded. It's the night of the living dead, but we breaking bread. They say that man always gonna fear, but they don't understand. So they plan, moving under hand, held us for ransom. The bill is being lifted, so we looking for some answers. The whole hood watching, so I'm moving like a phantom. When truth come to power, got the devils throwing tantrums. Gotta keep the scrambles for they radars to scan. I'ma work, I'ma grind till I can't no more. Keep my hand to the plow till we all go to war. I'ma make things shake until we all hit the floor. I'ma read these verses till we all know the score. I'ma work, I'ma grind till I can't no more. Keep my hand to the plow till we all go to war. I'ma make things shake till we all hit the floor. I'ma read these verses till we all know the score. Shalom, Israel. It's your boy New Breed coming through with another live stream. And that track right there, it's called Till the World Over. And y'all hearing it for the first time. I have not released that song yet. I wanted to see what y'all thought about that joint right there. I am going to be releasing it on New Breed Music and Motivation, but y'all heard here first exclusively. But I'm going to release it on New Breed Music and Motivation. That's via YouTube. If you're not subscribed over there, go over there and hit that subscribe button. What are you waiting on? But you know, we got a lot of fire music coming. But that joint right there, whoa, that's some flames right there, man. That's telling you the state of the world we in right now. And that's also a very motivating song for those who just want to keep pushing forward in truth and not get sidetracked. That's that narrow path music, you know? That's that straightway music. So, you know, I'm really feeling that, man. But I see y'all rolling in the chat. Y'all coming in pretty quick. I see the real Derek Jackson in here. What's up? Y'all show some love for all the moderators. DW, King C3, OK, CJ Matthews in the house. Yeah. What's up, Drake? Man, I'm glad y'all catching another broadcast. Man, y'all gonna allow me to be myself this afternoon. And it just so happens that a lot of the times my opinions are deemed politically incorrect. And that's because the world we living in is absolutely wicked. The world we living in is being destroyed as we know it. The world we living in is full of chaos. And right now you live in a very socialist society, very socialist. God's laws don't matter anymore. What the Most High put forth through his text, through the Holy Scriptures, it just doesn't matter to people no more. Like, people ain't even trying to hear none of that. People ain't trying to hear the truth, you know? And if you look at how social media has affected people in the last 10 years, I'm telling you, man, everybody's demeanor has changed. It's literally like Night of the Living Dead, man. Everyone is becoming narcissistic. Everyone is too caught up in themselves. Everybody is vain. Um, it's some very perplexing times we living in, and people are going on the wrong direction, man. And I notice the effects that social media is having on most people. And I do mean most people, ladies and gentlemen. Most people are negatively affected by social media. And I want to draw some awareness to all of this. There's been a lot of things going on in the news that I want to bring up. Somebody said vanity and vampires. Facts. Somebody said idolatry. That's a fact. Yeah, for real. Um, let's see. Taylor B says, I temporarily deactivated my account. Don't plan on getting back on until my business is up and running. That's a fact. And see, I'm glad you pointed that out, Taylor, because a lot of the times, you know, once people get a hold of social media, and I'm talking about various platforms. I don't care what it is, Twitch, TikTok, damn YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. It don't matter what it is. When people get a hold of these platforms, often it makes them counterproductive. I'm just being real with you. Most people are very counterproductive once they once they get that dopamine release from social media. And I truly believe that people get a dopamine release once they upload a pic that people like. I think people get high off of likes. I legit think people get high off of likes. Now, when I tell y'all to like these videos, it's just to drive the traffic to make sure people get their notifications. But I mean, when people post certain things, people are, they're getting stimulated off the attention. People are becoming attention whores. It just is what it is. And it's a sad reality. And I don't think people realize how toxic it is to continue to just, you know, dwell on social media 24/7. I mean, it's really a sickness, man. It's something that got to be pointed out. And hopefully this video will help you out if you one who's addicted to social media. Because the thing is, the internet is a double-edged sword. It could definitely be used to do good. You could definitely do righteous things online. You can grow and develop your own businesses even using social media. But for most people, we're talking about most people, for most people, it's poison. I'm just being real with you. It's poison. It's changing people's whole countenance. Human interaction is becoming a thing of the past with most people, and it's really not healthy. Now, I want to talk about some things here, man. There's been some news that have been brought to my attention. And y'all know, again, as stated earlier, I tend to have a politically incorrect view on things, right? Often, when you're a Bible believer, when you have a strong faith system, when you have strong beliefs when it comes to a higher power, and you really don't give a damn about what the world thinks, right? A lot of the times you're deemed what you call judgmental, right? And I can see how that can come off. I can see how people can get that misconception, especially if you were part of this world and you pretty much follow the crowd with everything. I mean, this society in general is socialism. It's definitely a social society. Everything is about popular opinion. With somebody's popular opinion, majority, if the majority's opinion is popular, most people are going to take it as utter sheer facts. All right. And that's just not the case. Just because majority of people agree on something does not make it a fact. But in this society, it does make it a fact. And that's an issue. Um, and you know, we get this negative connotation that's stamped on Bible believers and people who want to show people another side.
of the pendulum. And that's being called judgmental. So let me put this out here. First of all, according to the Bible in 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 3, it reads, "Know ye not that we shall judge angels? How much more things that pertain to this life? If then ye have judgment of things pertaining to this life, set them to judge who are least esteemed in the church. I speak to you, I speak to your shame. It is so, that there is not a wise man among you, no, not one that shall be able to judge between his brethren." See, we're supposed to speak to the shame of people because you're living in a shameless nation. Nobody gives a damn. Everybody's unchaste. We are going to judge the angels in the afterlife. When we cross over to the terrestrial realm, all those fallen angels, all those demons that inhabit people, guess what? We'll be the ones judging those people. Yeah. So when somebody says you're judgmental, they're not understanding actually what judging is. See, the truth of the matter is this, ladies and gentlemen. Back in biblical days, when you judge someone, you put them to death. That was it. They were stoned to death. They were hung. They were crucified. That was literally judgment for somebody breaking God's laws. What you're getting now here on this earth, things pertaining to this life, is you're getting people who actually care enough to warn you against your folly, against your wickedness, against the things that will ultimately make you face real judgment. And that's what we into. That's what we do. We warn the people, but everything is ass backwards. That's really love when you telling somebody what it is. Tavon Austin says, "I get tired of religious people saying only God can judge me. When you speak truth, that's their number way to shun the truth." Oh, that's a fact. See, when people come out and say only God can judge me, that means stop telling me what I'm doing wrong. That means allow me to fester in my sins. Allow me to live wicked. Allow me to do whatever makes me feel good. Nowhere in the scriptures does it tell us not to correct each other. So people don't want to get corrected these days, but listen, I'm taking a different angle today, and I'm gonna correct some people. All right. There's a sister by the name of Nessa. She played Nessa. I can't recall her real name, but I believe we follow each other on Instagram, right? And this is all out of love. Sister, if you're watching this is all out of love. But I wanna put some things in a perspective. Nessa played in the Bernie Mac show, right? Dark-skinned sister. Seems to be a sister that was raised right. Seems to be a real nice young lady. You understand? And I was scrolling World Star Hip Hop today. And unfortunately, I came up on some news that she's starting the OnlyFans. And I didn't even believe it. It was like, it hit me. It was like a shock. It was like a shock to my system because I'm like, I look at her post. She seems to be a decent type of a woman. You understand? And I'm like, this can't be. And then I clicked on the World Star link. And unfortunately, yeah, she's taking scantily clad pictures and she's advertising this OnlyFans. Now I'm bringing this up because there's several things I want to say. First and foremost, I'm going to read her response to her quote unquote haters. Now, I remember when Lisa Ray, someone who was supposed to be someone's grandmother, in her 50s, I remember when she started an OnlyFans. And she had some of the same rhetoric that Nessa had. And it has to come a time where we're corrected. And I don't see any coalitions of women defending our image or speaking to the young ladies these days. In fact, in case you don't know, last week you had the same woman who ran with Dionne Warwick, the same woman who ran with the late and great C. Dolores Tucker. I'm talking about Maxine Waters. Maxine Waters put the stamp of approval on the WAP video. So as you can see, you don't really see too many people correcting young women and saying, hey, your dignity, your pride, who you represent more than just yourself. We don't want to be displayed in certain manners. You don't have no coalition of women doing that like we did in the early 90s. In the early 90s, you had Maxine Waters, you had Dionne Warwick, you had the late and great C. Dolores Tucker, and they had a whole coalition going against misogynist rap lyrics. They was on hot pursuit against your Uncle Luke's, your Snoop Dogg's, your Tupac's, and everything, just for displaying our women in a certain way. And now you have our women doing it themselves. And Maxine Waters, who's supposed to be a representative, who's supposed to teach these young ladies what it is, instead, she's putting a stamp of approval on this behavior. So these women have no one to tell them the truth. And ladies and gentlemen, I have an uncanny passion and love for our women. I'm a man with daughters. I love our women. I don't want them displayed negatively. I don't want our women vulnerable, essentially. And so I'm gonna respond to what she posted in response to her quote unquote haters. Let me go here. Also, y'all hit the thumbs up on the video. Let's allow the notifications to go out. All right. Because this is the type of content they really don't want going out. Y'all gotta understand, this is the unpopular opinion. This is the unpopular stance. You understand? This is the stuff they don't want out there. And as you can see, they done messed around and they let the wrong man hit 100,000 subscribers. And they know it, and y'all know it too. And that's why we still get such little people watching these videos, because they're trying their best to shadow ban. It's up to you, the people, to allow these positive messages to continue to go out. All right? So show your support. All right? Now, I'm going to read this particular response from Nessa from Bernie Mac Show. Nessa from Bernie Mac Show got an OnlyFans too. Writes a statement after getting hate. You know, they throw around that word hate so loosely. She goes on to say, I made the mistake of reading comments about my fans' announcement. Overall, the majority were supportive. The majority that was supportive, those people wasn't shit. All right? I'm just being honest with you. Thank you for the $10 contribution. Highly appreciate it. Kira Ridgway says, yes, women use women empowerment as an excuse to talk. They talk and show off their bodies. In fact, we are degrading ourselves as a whole. We are only strong as they make us. That's a fact. That's a fact. Yeah, but let me go ahead and continue to read this. Thank you for your $10 contribution. It reads, I made the mistake of reading comments about my fans' announcement. Overall, the majority were supportive. The majority of those people wasn't worth a damn. And I appreciate that. I really do. But I'm human. And of course, the ones that stick out to me were negatives. So let me be clear. I am not broke or desperate for money. Bernie, God rest his soul, is not turning over in his grave. Stop saying that. Even if it's meant as a joke. It is far from funny. I do not need to call Tyler Perry for a job. I'm not spending thousands of dollars on school to get a degree so that I can get a real job. And she puts that in quotations. Whatever that means. I will not now or ever be doing any porn. That's a relief. YouTube does not equal an automatic payday. I'm glad that she put that information out there. She says YouTube does not equal an automatic payday. That's very true. Working in Hollywood has never been an end game. hell. To not have to work at all is my goal. I made because I wanted to. I made one. I guess she meant I made one, but it says I made of. I guess that's a typo. I made one because I wanted to, not out of necessity. I used to make life choices based on what people think of me, and I am aware I'm still young, but I will be literally 31 years old in 7 days, and I have to start living for me. If you don't like my choices, dot, 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 dot. Now, there's so much that I can say regarding this, and why I want to just say why this is a bit of a disappointment to me. Um, just watching this sister post for almost 6 months to a year, or however long I had Instagram, not quite sure. But watching her post and seeing the young lady that she has become, and seeing that she's not a part of the industry, and she seemed to be a happy person. Uh, this right here screams insecurity. All right, it really does, and I need women to understand that it's not empowering showing your body in that way. It's not empowering putting yourself on display in that manner. What was empowering to a man who is attracted to women is who this woman was without showing anything. And most real men were drawn back. Most real men are straight up drawn back by the OnlyFans. Just being ladylike for a real man. That was attractive. And I'm just saying that's how it is. It is what it is. And I'm not sure if this sister's a Bible believer, but I've heard her, say certain things that seem to be godly, which seem to be a trend right now. Seems to be a trend for a lot of women these days to quote scripture, post Bible verses, post biblical memes, speak about socially aware and socially conscious topics, and then they showing their ass. And I'm like a little bit drawn back by that. I'm a little bit drawn back by that because, I don't think they're being taught what a virtuous woman is. I don't think they understand. It's like you give us a little bit of ass, a little bit of scriptures, a little bit of ass, a little bit of scriptures, a little bit of ass, a little bit of cleavage, and then some scriptures. It's like I got to see a thong in your ass and you talking about, you're quoting scripts. It's blatant hypocrisy. All right. Somebody said it's weird for sure. I mean, I'm not making this up, ladies and gentlemen. How many of y'all can attest to this? If y'all seen this, if y'all seen this on social media, throw a flame in the chat. If you have seen women post scriptures and show their ass, I mean, how many of y'all have been seeing that? It's like you going totally against the Bible, and I'm gonna show you. Okay, so we got a lot of people who seen that. Hey, look, the chat is speaking for themselves. Anybody who watched this on playback, I'm glad that I'm not tripping here. I'm just glad that I'm not tripping. Like, am I the only one seeing women do this? Like, it's hypocrisy and it's just utter blasphemous. Your body is a temple of the Holy Ghost. You ain't supposed to be out there like that. You looking crazy. Let me go to 1 Corinthians real quick. 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 3. Know ye not, oh, that's the wrong verse, pardon me. Let's go to Proverbs 31. And I know y'all know about that Proverbs 31. Proverbs 31 and 30. Favor is deceitful, and beauty is vain. But a woman that feareth the Lord, she shall be praised. Wow. Let's read that one more time. Favor is deceitful. Beauty is vain. But a woman that feareth the Lord, she shall be praised. I mean, straight up. I mean, listen, favor is very deceitful because someone can look like they have their life together. They can look happy. They can look like very joyous people. They can seem content. Um, they can seem like their life is going in the right direction. Um, they can seem at peace. And favor can be deceitful. Looking on the outside, we don't know what these women are going through with certain insecurities that they may have. We don't know what's going on internally. We don't know that they may have a spirit operating in them where they are jealous or envious of other women, or they have that covetous spirit. And a lot of sisters got to look out for that. Like, there is no such thing as a default woman that every man is attracted to. There is no such thing as a default woman that every man is attracted to. Listen, every man has a certain preference. Every man likes certain type of women. There is not one woman who fits the mold. And if you look at what's going on social media, these women is looking like created characters. It's like a generic look. And they expect everybody to like that look. And you're doing all that chopping and screwing. You're doing all that damn plastic surgery. You're destroying your body. And every man's still not going to like you. So it's like, you got to be happy with you. I was watching a very interesting clip. Social media is OC right now, y'all. Social media is out of control. Do you hear me? It's getting crazy. So I'm watching this clip, and it's K Michelle. It's K Michelle, and it went viral and whatnot. She's shaking her ass to some Cardi B, and as she's in the middle of shaking her ass, her booty butt cheek literally deflated right there on camera. I'm talking about the joint deflated. Look, one cheek looked like a balloon. The other one looked like a Domino's pizza box. And she's trying to cover it up. She stops, and I'm like, damn, that's embarrassing. And that's the times we living in. Like, it's like, damn, like, you over here trying to be cute, right? You trying to get this attention from these men, and you done went under the knife. And this woman then got several surgeries. Like, they're not telling you the other side of everything. They're not telling you that you could get lupus. Somebody said more like a Little Caesars box. Y'all need to be stopped. They're not telling you that you could get lupus. They're not telling you can get all kind of bacteria infections. They're not telling you that going under the knife is dangerous. All because these women are insecure in themselves. And I'm going to be real with you. There's natural ways, ladies, to if you want that round look on your behind, there's natural ways. Several natural ways. But I'm going to just say one in particular. It's called squats. You see these women doing their little gym videos, and they got their weights and they squatting. That's how you get the geometry, the geometrics that you desire. You just got to do some damn hard work. Going under the knife never ends right, man. Proverbs 31:30. Favor is deceitful. So just because somebody look happy, that don't mean they happy. They could be battling with all kind of internal battles, man. A lot of women get caught up in comparing themselves to others. And they're getting that spirit of competition. And then it reads, and beauty is vain. Beauty is very vain. Beauty, it fades. Everyone ages. Your body goes through a series of changes. You're not going to always have that beauty. Like, that can't be your sole worth. It cannot be your sole purpose in life to flaunt your body. It just doesn't work. Somebody said she damn sure needs some fixer for that. I mean, seriously. And I know y'all like, man, y'all being mean, man. Y'all being mean to that woman. No, listen. Accountability, accountability, accountability. She was trying to shake her ass on camera. She had no shame shaking her ass, right? She had no shame putting her body on display for the world to see. So look, whatever happened during that moment, it is what it is. Just like Miss Nessa. You can't be mad that you get negative responses from individuals when you decided to put yourself out there. Internet, social media is going to be social media. And when it comes to social media judging certain situations, a lot of the times they pretty much undefeated. And this scripture goes on to then say, but a woman that feareth the Lord, she shall be praised. Men will give admiration, respect to a woman who carries herself a certain way. And y'all brothers know what I'm talking about. When a woman carry herself a certain way, it's like you can't help but to respect her. You can't help it. Yeah, somebody said, yeah, they be quoting scripture showing cleavage at the same time. Yeah, it's like you know damn well ain't nobody listening to your scriptures. All we see is breast meat. You know damn well we're not listening to what you're saying. Like, yeah, like they be knowing exactly what they doing. Telling you, it's a Jezebel spirit, straight like that. But let me go back in to respond to what this young lady says, because she makes it clear that she's not broke, she's not hurting, she's not suffering. She puts out the fact that she doesn't want to be a part of Hollywood. She lets you know that YouTube doesn't equal an automatic paycheck, which is interesting because this is contradiction. This is very contradictory. All right. You're saying that you don't want to be a part of Hollywood, and you're saying that YouTube doesn't automatically offer a paycheck, but at the same time, you're doing OnlyFans, you know, simply because you want to. So why even bring up YouTube and a paycheck if money don't have anything to do with it? Do you get what I'm saying? If money don't have anything to do with it, why bring up the fact that YouTube doesn't equal an automatic paycheck? So with that being said, she talks about her options, or options that she refused to take. She doesn't want to work. Pretty much she makes it clear she doesn't want to work. And there's nothing wrong with that. Listen, there's nothing wrong with a woman who does not want to work. Right? Nothing at all. But nowhere in this paragraph, nowhere in this response, or nowhere on her comment section did somebody tell her, sis, you should be a wife. You're 31 years old. You don't want to work. You don't want to be a part of Hollywood. You should be someone's wife. And that is literally the solution for a lot of these issues, because when you look at society, when you look at the economy, when you look what's going on, they are literally forcing our women into this form of prostitution. That's what's happening right now, especially women who are used to having certain lifestyles. They're being forced into doing these things. And I use that word force loosely because honestly, they have an option. The option is get a husband. Get a man that's going to provide for you. Learn how to tend to a home. Learn how to tend to a house. Get you a man up in there who bring home the groceries. Enjoy your life with someone. See, it all equivalates to loneliness. I don't care what you say. This all equivalates to being lonely, needing attention. Attention that a man is supposed to be giving her. And you telling me a woman who was on Bernie Mac's show a Nubian woman, right? You telling me she can't find a husband? Why? She been on TV. She's a notable figure. She's known. Why? What is the issue right here? Why this woman don't have a husband to take care of her and give her the attention she needs? What is going on here? It's just something that we got to put into perspective, and it's something about this OnlyFans thing, man. It's something about this OnlyFans thing that I believe personally, ladies and gentlemen, is way more sinister than meets the eye. I think it's way more sinister, and I say that for several reasons. Several reasons. Why are all these celebrities getting OnlyFans? Have y'all ever put this into perspective? Like, really put this into perspective? Like, think about it. First of all, I know because of the pandemic, they're not getting as many shows. They're not getting booked for as many events because you can't pack auditoriums right now. But some of these people who got OnlyFans are supposed to be millionaires. You get where I'm coming from? It's something more ominous about this OnlyFans thing. It's like these people are supposed to be rich. It can't be all about attention. Like, the list is innumerable for how many people have these OnlyFans pages. I think, ladies and gentlemen, this is my opinion, and my opinion is typically the politically incorrect opinion, but I think that OnlyFans represents a honeypot for the elite. I think it represents the honeypot that they already had on these people. I think a lot of these people already hit the casting couch. A lot of these people already had photographs and images in compromising positions. And I think that it's a ritual. There was a video that came out some time ago. It had Kanye West, and he had all these celebrities. And this is before OnlyFans. He had all these celebrities. He had Donald Trump, Kim Kardashian, Ray J. I mean, he had a whole slew of celebrities. And they was all laying in one big-ass bed, butt-ass naked, right? And I was like, what the hell is the meaning of this? This is a weird-ass video. And I'm saying, man, why are all these people making this OnlyFans thing? And I put everything in a perspective, and I said, this right here is part of the embarrassment ritual. It's part of the honeypot from the elite, because they don't need that money. Like, who in the right mind, right, would get butt ass naked, have sex, play with themselves, do all kind of things on camera, who already have the money and don't gotta do it? Who don't gotta do it? You got people who are in movies. Michael B. Jordan, for instance, he's like literally the #1 actor in America. Like the #1 black actor. If you look at box office hits and things of that nature, Chris Brown, he just sold millions of records. Right? Like all these people that sold millions of records. Lisa Ray, she done been in movies. She done been in reality shows. Like, why are all these people on OnlyFans? It's just weird to me. I think it's more sinister than what meets the eye. Yep. Telling you, man, this social media is poison to most people, bro. Yeah, her name is Camille Winbush. Thank you for sharing her name, yo. I've been calling her Nessa from Bernie Mac the whole broadcast. But Camille Winbush, and I believe we follow each other on Instagram. She's probably gonna unfollow me now, but it is what it is. I mean, I just hate to see another sister, fall for that game. Like, it just doesn't make no sense to me. You know what I'm saying? Somebody said it's definitely a ritual. Somebody said social media is addictive more than any drug ever known to man. That's a fact. That's a fact. People love the attention. And that's why, listen, man, if you follow the Most High, if you consider yourself to be a spiritual person, you have got to take breaks, man. You have literally got to pace yourself. Take a couple of days of off of social media, even if you're a content creator. You have to take some days off to just be one with your creator. Get all the devices out of your face. Get all those frequencies out of there and be one with your creator. You got to. It's so very important. Spend some time with your family. Spend some time in nature. Spend some time becoming one with your God, man. Because this social media stuff, it will drag you in. It will make it so it becomes a part of your everyday life. And you don't want that. Let's go to some more scriptures here. 1 Timothy chapter 2. In like manner, also, that women adorn themselves in modest apparel, with shamefacedness and sobriety, not with broided hair or gold or pearls or costly array, but which becometh women professing godliness with good works. And I'm going to tell you, man, when you see a woman with modest apparel, it automatically makes you respect her. It says with shamefacedness and sobriety. Like, you don't see that nowadays. You don't see women who are legit, just submissive, shamefaced. You don't even see women that these days that are shy. You remember, fellas, back in the day, you had women, certain women that you was in high school with that were actually shy. Like, you had a few, like most sisters, like half of the women in the school when I was coming up was like kind of shy. You understand? That's considered to be shamefaced. They wasn't all up in everybody's face. Now you got women, they take over conversations. They the loudest one in the room. It's like, damn, you just don't see that no more. You see the total opposite, bro. That tells you where we at right now. Telling you. And here's the crazy part. You don't have nobody who's going to tell these women to chill out because that's politically incorrect. Like, everything I'm saying right now is considered misogynist, sexist. People won't even call it old-fashioned. They won't even call it old-fashioned what I'm talking about. They'll say this is misogynist. You're toxic masculinity. I done heard that so many times. So many times. Mother Maya says deleted Facebook since 2019 is IG 2020, but YouTube I need to lay off it. I started dressing modest and my mother even questions on why I dress like I do. I'm just becoming a better mother in doing so. Absolutely. You want to be a better example for your children. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't supposed to be out here letting it all hang out. How you going to get a good man, a righteous man, if you letting it all hang out? You're going to get a sex-crazed maniac who's just looking for one thing and one thing only. It's all about how you present yourself. It's just all about that. And I'm just assuming that you don't have a man, because a man should be the one telling you, hey, don't be going outside like that. Look, hey, what is you got on? Hold on, nah, come here real quick. Yeah, go in there and change that. You ain't even about to put all that in the streets. You know what I'm saying? But it's crazy right now. And if your own moms will look at you sideways, not to disrespect your mom, but this is how bad the brainwashing technique has been placed on our women. If your own mom says, see, that's an issue. It needs to be addressed by someone. You understand? Maxine Waters put the stamp of approval. And I keep repeating that because, ladies and gentlemen, that's crazy. That's crazy. A woman of that age and stature will put the stamp of approval on WAP. Put the stamp of approval on Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B's video. That's a damn shame. That's a damn shame, because a woman at that age and stature should be bringing so much knowledge and wisdom. But it shows something. Her motives were never correct. Her motives were never correct. And I'm talking about Maxine Waters. Because if it was really about protecting the image of Black women, if it was really about protecting the image of black women, you would be speaking against what they're doing now. You will be speaking against OnlyFans. You will be speaking against all these music videos. You will be speaking against WAP. See, it was never about that. It was about them controlling a predominantly male ran industry. That's what it was about. It was about that Jezebel spirit. It was about them controlling a predominantly male ran industry. It was never about protecting our women. It was always about feminism. Always. And you see where that got us. And it was crazy because Meg Thee Stallion came out and said, I know what I'm doing is right because Maxine Waters said it is. That's what Meg Thee Stallion said. Now I know what I'm doing is right because you said it's right. That's a damn shame, bro. That's a damn shame a woman of that age would be spewing out that type of demonic rhetoric. It's just craziness, man. This social media is creating a poisonous, toxic environment. People have changed. People's demeanor has changed. People's countenance has changed. Everybody walking with their face on the phone. Eye contact is a thing of the past. Human interaction has changed. There's a Netflix special that I would like y'all to check out. It's called The Social Dilemma. Whenever you get time, I want y'all to check this out. It's called The Social Dilemma. I advise everybody to watch that Netflix special. It's packed full of information. But people are not the same anymore. You go to Matthew 24:12, it reads, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. Because iniquity has abounded, the love of many shall wax cold. Because there's so much sin, there's so much perversion, there's so many narcissists out here who are in love with themselves. There's so many people who think that they're their own God. They're not seeking the higher power. It's so much sin that most people don't have no love these days. There's no love. People are cold-hearted. People love their screen and the attention more than people, bro. That's straight up. That's just what it is. Tell you, man. Let me show you what social media has done from a biblical perspective. Let's go to Philippians chapter 2, verse 4. And as y'all can see, I'm rocking the hallelujah hat. Shout out to Rima Word Clothing, the clothing that ministers. Yes, right. Hallelujah. All praises to the Most High God of Israel. We go to Philippians chapter 2, verse 4, and it reads, look not every man on his own things, but every man also on the things of others. Look not every man on his own things, but every man also on the things of others. And that's the world that you're living in right now. All you see is everybody watching everybody's belongings. We're living in a system full of vanity. We're not focused on our own. Everybody's becoming very proudful. People are becoming blasphemous. Just the whole environment is not the same. At one point in time, man, people loved each other enough to actually protect others people's belongings. You had people who would actually protect other people's belongings. Now we live in a system where people hate people for having certain belongings. See, that's the difference right there. Let's go to 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 2. For men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemous, disobedient to parents, unthankful, and unholy. That's what social media has done. You know what social media reminds me of? Social media reminds me of the first time somebody takes heroin. Yeah, I went there. Some people get a hit of social media, and they're never the same, bro. They're just never the same. Once they get a video that go viral, once they get attention, and most of the time these days, they got something going viral for some nonsense. That's why people end up living out to be characters. You know, people will act goofy on one video and that thing will go viral. And now every video they gotta act like that goofy character that they created in their mind. Now it gotta be a modern day minstrel show because they had a couple minutes of fame and they want to continue to make sure they got spotlight on them. So now they're willing to go to great lengths to continue to strum up that attention. Now they poisoning themselves with attention. And any up and coming content creator, let me tell y'all something, and I'm proud of myself because I made it to 100,000 subscribers, and I haven't embarrassed myself not one time. I haven't lived up to no negative stereotype, not yet. I haven't perpetuated a negative stereotype yet. You know how I did it? Hard work. Teaching the Bible, teaching the truth, being a better example. So don't act like it can't be done. It damn sure can be done. That's why I said social media is poison to most people. Then you have people who know why the Most High God put social media here. Because it is a double-edged sword. It is a double-edged sword. It could be used to do good, and it also could be used to do evil. But when you're using it on the right-hand side, the Most High gonna bless it. It says, for men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemous, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy. Everybody is covetous. Everybody want to one up the next person. Everybody wants to be in competition with the next person. Everybody want to get on social media and boast and brag about what they got, what they doing. They're so arrogant. Just to get attention, they speak blasphemy. They speak lies. I'm telling you, man. Social media is poison to most people. Philippians chapter 2, verse 3. Let nothing be done through strife or vainglory, but in lowliness of mind. Let each esteem other better than themselves. Let nothing be done through strife or vainglory, but in lowliness of mind. Let each esteem other better than themselves. You know, every time we bring these topics up, we bring solutions. These scriptures are showing you how to deal with social media. If you want to be a content creator, whatever you're doing, and do it successfully without poisoning yourself. It says, do nothing through vainglory. Meaning, listen, if you're a Bible teacher, if you're a spiritual leader, if you are whatever you are, don't do anything out of strife. Don't do anything out of strife. Don't get on and teach for attention. Don't get online and don't just make videos to have content and you're not saying anything, but you love the attention. That's not what, listen, the Most High God says, do nothing for vainglory. Nothing for strife. Those words, what you do on social media, should come from your inner man. It should flow. I don't care if you got to disappear for a month straight and the Lord have not spoke to you, because you got a lot of false prophets, a lot of false teachers acting like the Lord God is speaking to them, but the Lord ain't said a damn thing to them. Sometimes you gotta go be alone with your Creator. And spiritual timing is everything. Listen, if you don't have a message, if you don't have a word, if you ain't got nothing to say, just keep your mouth closed. Keep your mouth closed. You gotta know when to fall back. You gotta know when the Lord is using you and when you're trying to operate in strife. Straight like that. Let nothing be done in strife. And I mean nothing. Nothing in your life should be done in strife or vainglory. But in lowliness of mind, let each esteem other better than themselves. Listen, lowliness in mind. Y'all will be surprised. A lot of brothers of the Hebraic faith, a lot of biblical believers, a lot of traditional Christians who follow biblical principles, prophets, bishops, what have you. A lot of these people did not choose this work. They did not choose to speak the truth. They did not choose to be who they are. The Most High chose them. There's a big difference. There's a huge difference. They didn't choose the work. The Most High chose them. 9 times out of 10, those people didn't even want to do it. They didn't even want to be out there. They didn't want to be in the public's eye. They didn't want no attention. And I'm gonna tell you right now, being a brother who's done this work for some time now, I'm gonna tell you right now, it sticks out like a sore thumb when somebody is just doing things for vainglory. When they just trying to make a name for themselves. It sticks out like a sore thumb, man. A lot of sisters who sitting there and they showing some breast meat, they showing their ass, they reading scriptures. That's just a Jezebel spirit. They're trying to make a name for themselves. A lot of brothers out there who are constantly trying to start arguments, start debate, got strife with other brothers, trying to call the next person out. The truth of the matter is, they're just trying to make a name for themselves. And 9 times out of 10, the name that they create for themselves is going to be built off of somebody else's work. Instead of just focusing on their own work, they're going to be trying to build off somebody else. Telling you. This social media thing, it's dangerous. I mean, it's dangerous on many levels. It's straight up poison. You got brothers running up on the ops because of a social media post. You got people running up on each other. You got people who can't separate social media from real life. You got people who look at social media and be like, that's what that person is. You got people thinking that certain social media leaders don't have faults, don't have their own personal issues. You think that when the cameras come on, that they that person all the time. Well, most of the time, it's just an illusion, what you're saying, with a lot of people. But you got people losing their lives based on social media. And listen, social media, Instagram, Facebook, all these things are doing a police job. All you brothers that's in the streets, I don't even know what the hell's going on with y'all. Y'all are the most self-snitching. Like, I don't even... Everything is about clout. I mean, damn. They do it all for the clout. I'm talking about, damn. I mean, you'll see somebody catch a body and put it on the damn camera. The police ain't doing nothing but just watching social media. That's it. That social media got people so damn juiced up, they willing to run up on the next man, look that man in the face, squeeze the trigger with no problem, just so the rumor can float around that they bodied the next man. So they can get some mentions, so they can get some likes. Like, it's crazy. People sell their soul for this attention. That attention is everything for these people, and it's poison. Yep, somebody said no morals at all. That's a fact. Somebody said too many rats. DJ Taddick, they ratting on their damn self. They ratting on their self, man. Trey D says sheep being led to the slaughterhouse. Monkey see, monkey do. That says what other monkeys are doing. knowing damn well they ain't even in their character. The sad way out, the reality caught up in the web, for real. They call it a web for a reason, man. They call it a web for a reason. Now, what does a web do? It traps its prey. And that's exactly what this internet will do. It will trap you. And anything that you say online can and will be used against you in a court of law. You just remember that part. It can and will be used against you in a court of law. And everybody's watching. Somebody say you reached an all-time low if you kill a man, woman, or child for attention. That's what they're doing. That's what they're doing online. And then after the rival gang or rival city kills their opposition, they got a nerve to disrespect the damn dead after they killed them. They don't even respect the dead after they kill them. That's how sick it is, bro. Social media is sick, bro. It's perverse. And here's the crazy part. Most people love it. Most people love it. They love getting poisoned with drama. They love seeing people beef with each other. They love seeing people go back and forth. They love it. They love it. I mean, it's poison, man. You got a woman who sprayed some damn Gorilla Glue in her hair and went viral. So that shows you the mental status of the masses. When that's popular and that person becomes famous, that shows you the mental status of the masses of people. Question is, are we a part of the masses? Are we playing both sides of the field? Are we operating in the vein of hypocrisy? The same thing we claim to hate, do we really love it low key? Or are we tired of the BS? If you are tired of the BS and you want real messages out there, then mash the thumbs up on my video. Because you know what? The masses, they have no problem mashing the thumbs up on idiocy, on buffoonery, on coonery, on sellouts, on beef, on death, on drama. They have no problems whatsoever hitting the thumbs up on those videos. So it's time to see where the people stand. It's time to see where they stand. Yeah, y'all get them thumbs up. We got thus amount of people in the room. Show y'all respect, you know? Show y'all respect. And let's get the truth out there. Let me see. DJ Taddy says the day of the Lord is coming like a thief in the night. That's a fact. That's a fact. And remember, them scriptures also tell us that, hey, don't forget that evil communication corrupt good manners. Evil communication corrupt good manners. Through this social media, we got to be careful how we communicate on it. Because I think when people get behind screens and people get behind phones and things of that nature, they start projecting outside themselves. They start doing things and saying things on these keyboards that they wouldn't normally say. And I think Satan set that system up like that, because we know the Bible tells us we'll be held accountable for every word that comes out of our mouths. Like everything you say, you'll be held accountable for it. So I think the system set up a society where we'll feel liberated and free to say whatever we want in somebody's chat, in somebody's comment section, on somebody's post, and we do it bravely because we don't think we're being held accountable. Yeah, somebody said keyboard gangsters. Yes, there's a lot of those. And that's a bad place to be, man. It's poison. Because people get bold, people get full of courage, and they run their mouth on these computers, and then you got people out here who willing to die for their name. You got people who willing to kill for their name. People running their mouth on these screens. Y'all done seen it way too many times. People running up on people, beating the brakes off of people because something they didn't posted about somebody or something they didn't said about somebody. People be taking the damn gloves off. People be going on people's kids. People be, man, it just be terrible. People be talking about people dead grannies and dead parents and like there's no lines that's drawn. It's poison. Matter of fact, let me go to one more scripture, Galatians chapter 5, verse 26. Let us not be let us not be desirous of vainglory, provoking one another, envying one another. Let's read that again. Galatians 5 and 26. Let us not be desirous of vainglory, provoking one another, envying one another. Man, that's what you see. If that Bible don't speak, listen, if you don't believe in the Bible and you new to this channel, welcome to the Terror Dome. Be prepared to be red-pilled. Be prepared to understand biblical truth from a perspective you never even knew existed. Be prepared to understand the truth. Welcome to the truth. Just welcome, because since the 100K mark, it's been like 500 more people that came aboard. For some reason, it's not showing you that part, but it's like 500 new people in the last couple days. Welcome. I know that you may not get your notifications, but if you watch this video on playback, just let it be known. You about to walk into something you weren't prepared for. Somebody said New Breed is Morpheus. All praises to the Most High. Somebody said, thank you, New Breed. Appreciate the content, man. I appreciate y'all coming through. More content coming soon. If you don't follow me on Patreon, I'm going to leave a link in the description box. The exclusive, raw, uncut content is on my Patreon. If you would like to follow me on Instagram, I post up certain inspirational, motivational posts. Positive things. Using social media the right way. All right? Because this is what we got to do. And I will say this. If all of us start doing what we're doing here on this channel, actually supporting what's real, sharing the real, liking the real, and, basically promoting positive messages, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to just say this, more than likely they shutting every damn thing down. Just be honest with you. So you know what? Hey, sometimes what happens with the wicked, it works for the greater good of the righteous, because if we all came under one accord, they wouldn't allow it for 2 months if we was all just on some positive, on this positive wave and doing what's right. They'd shut it down immediately. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, if you want the exclusive, the raw Patreon in the description box, thank each and every one of y'all for showing up. Hopefully this helps you out in your walk and your journey. If it did, make sure you share the video. Thank y'all. With that being said, shalom and peace.